In 2018, I was in the best shape of my life. I was a lean 180 pounds, could move my body weight effortlessly, and could lift very heavy weights at 180 pounds. I was benching well over my body weight. I was deadlifting several times my body weight. But this is not 2018. It is now 2026 and things have changed for the worse. And I don't like who I've become, but now's the time where I can actually change it and become who I want to be. Hello, everyone. My name is Ethan Liberty, and welcome to the first ever Fit Friday vlog. In today's vlog, I'm going to be going over with you guys a little bit of my athletic background so you guys understand where I'm coming from when I say the things I say, and give you guys some of the more nebulous goals that I have for 2026. So to go back to the beginning of my athletic background, we would have to go back to 8th grade. Technically 7th, but really 8th grade was where everything started. And this is where I got fantastic at running. I worked really hard at it. For whatever reason, I really wanted to make the coach proud and wanted to outdo some of my peers. And I got down to being able to run a mile in 6 minutes and about 33 seconds. And I was able to run 2 miles in about 15 and a half minutes. The level of cardiovascular endurance and strength I had at that time was incredible. And to this day, I've not gotten anywhere near those times, which greatly bothers me. In the summer going into 9th grade, I joined the football team. And honestly, it was okay. It was whatever. But what really stuck with me was the fact that because I joined the football team, one of my classes during the day was weightlifting. And this is where my passion and love for weightlifting started, was in 9th grade. I don't really have anything notable to say about football. I had an aversion to getting hit. I was not into the idea of it. And I had such severe performance anxiety that I purposefully didn't learn what I needed to learn and never took any initiative to play. I was more of a bench warmer than anything. I also, in that winter, joined the wrestling team. And that was an experience and a half. It was fun, but it was incredibly taxing. The practices started late and they ran very, very long. But what wrestling gave me was the fundamentals of knowing how to move my body and control my body weight. And it gave me such immense core strength that I think back of some of the stuff I used to be able to do, hold several minute long planks multiple times in a row, sometimes with a person on my back, doing all those types of things gave me a starting point. No, not a starting point, a foundation of strength that I really want to return to. And then finally, in the following spring, I joined the tennis team. I was a year-round athlete. And tennis is a game that I love and really wish I could play more of, but I don't have anyone to play with. Unfortunately, my fiance doesn't really have much interest in playing, and she's kind of the only person that I know out here, unfortunately. As sad as it is, I'm actually very, very isolated in terms of people I know. But regardless, what tennis taught me was also invaluable. It trains my reaction times, those quick movements rather than long-term sprints. And it also gave me more situational and peripheral awareness, because when you're in tennis, you have to be watching your opponent and the ball and figuring out where the ball is going to go. And you have to be able to run to the ball, look at where you're hitting and hit. Because if you look at the ball when you hit, you're not able to aim where you're trying to hit it to. And so that was more of a mental training than anything. But I think with those starting points, it really set me up for success. Now, I did leave all of those teams for various different reasons throughout me being in high school, and in junior year, I was in weight training, which I then dropped out of to join choir. I think that was my junior year. Honestly, truly cannot remember. I would have to look at my yearbooks. All of high school is kind of a void for me. But my junior year, I also joined the swim team, which don't get me wrong, I loved the swim team. And that was incredible for my health. There's a picture of me on the swim team. I'm not going to show it here, but there's a picture of me standing on the block from behind, and my back muscles are just so toned. I honestly, compared to where I am now, if you told me, hey, who's older? I would say, oh, that guy on the block is definitely older. He's like a college athlete. Like he's fit. No, that was me many years ago. So high school, me, I'm fit, I'm strong, I'm lean. I'm in the best shape of my life in 2018. Now, 2018 to 2019 was my last year of high school, and that was the beginning of the decline. I wasn't on a sports team. I didn't have the weightlifting class. I did some occasional workouts, but really I didn't make time for it. And in 2019, I left to go to college. And that is where the decline rapidly progressed. Despite having an amazing gym at the college I was attending, I never went. Hardly ever went. And I went from having to, eat meals that were prepared for me or meals that I cooked to now I got all you can eat buffets for every single meal of the day, because that's how the Chico State University food hall worked before COVID. So by the time 2020 came around and I had to go home because of COVID and everyone was locked in their homes, I was already in a bad place fiscally. I was already not off to a good start. And unlike the people that decided to get into shape in 2020, I decided to just kind of chill out and not do anything physical. Speeding ahead to 2022, I am now living in Texas and I'm working at Dairy Queen, which was in one regard amazing because I met two of my closest friends there. But the bad of it was I was eating Dairy Queen constantly. I mean, constantly. And I got up to about 240 pounds, which I thought at the time is the heaviest I was ever going to be. I was in real bad shape and I could feel the changes in my body and I hated it. And so I fought back against it. I downloaded an app called MyFitnessPal. And at the time, MyFitnessPal had a free QR code scanner where you could scan something and it would pull up all the macros and the calories. You add it to your day and boom, it tells you exactly where you are based on your weight. It tells you, hey, this is how many calories you should eat to lose 1 pound, 1.5 pound, 2 pounds a week, whatever. And I dropped to about 220 pounds within 4 months. I was doing great. And then inexplicably, for no reason at all that I could not articulate to you, I quit and I stopped. We are now here in 2026. I am currently in the mid 250s of weight. Some days it's 256, some days it's 254, just fluctuates based on what I ate and how much I drank. I can barely run half a mile when I used to be able to run 5Ks with ease. I can no longer do a pull-up when I would be able to do 50 in a day. I can't lift anywhere near what even sophomore year me could lift an entire decade ago. And now I'm starting to struggle with daily tasks. I notice that I'm aging quicker physically than I should because of this. For my family, that is a very good way to end in an early grave. And to top it all off, my self-image is so bad that I think about it near constantly. It used to be just my hair I was conscious about because my hairline. Got rid of that. I dig being bald. I think I pull it off, but the rest of me is bad. I don't want to hate how I look, and I don't want to feel tired all the time. But right now, that's the reality. The reality is I hate how I look, and I hate the fact that I let myself get to this point. But we can fix it. There is no better time to start than today, because today was just yesterday's tomorrow. And so I'm recording this a day ahead. It is January 1st. This is going up January 2nd. And I started today, January 1st. I'm setting the following goals for myself, not just for a few months, not even just for the year, but for life. I am setting these goals. They will change, but they will not disappear over time. The first goal, the first thing I will be doing every single day is a variety of stretches meant to increase my flexibility to make both weightlifting and daily tasks easier. I'm going to be focusing largely on the hamstrings and in the hip flexibility, and then move on to more ankle flexibility and things like that, because I notice that I've lost a lot of the flexibility I had, and it makes some stuff more difficult. And the second thing I will be doing every single day is I will be partaking in something called the Run the Date Challenge. Basically what it is you run every single day, and you run an amount of miles equal to the date, starting with January 1st being 1.01 miles and ending on December 31st at 12.31 miles. When I saw this, it was like a sign from the cosmos, because I told my mom, who used to be an amazing runner, that I had a goal of being able to run a half marathon by the end of the year. And she said that that is an excellent and attainable goal, even for someone in my position. And I was candid with her about my position. And she said, if you run just a little farther every single day, you will be able to make it. So boom, every single day, stretching to increase my flexibility and running the date. I ran it today. It was hard as hell, but I did it. The second thing, Monday through Friday, akin to when I was in school, I'm going to be weightlifting using an upper-lower push-pull legs split. This is to regain lost strength and forge new strength, because I miss being strong. I really, really miss not struggling with things that I know I shouldn't be struggling with. On those days, Monday through Friday, I'm also going to be doing a core routine in order to strengthen my abs, my obliques, and my lower back, because that will make everything else easier. And the third thing I'm going to be doing every Monday through Friday is either using a row machine or a stationary bike for cardio, based on if I worked my upper body more or lower body more. I don't really want to use a stationary bike right after my leg day. I don't really want to use a row machine right after an upper body day. That sort of thing. Saturdays and Sundays will be days where, besides the stretches and besides the run the date, I'm going to be largely just resting and doing meditative yoga. I'm going to be reflecting on the previous week's goals and accomplishments, and then setting new ones. So every single week, I will have a fresh set of goals to meet. And this could be something like, I want to bench press 2 pounds heavier, or 5 pounds, because 2.5 pounds on either side, 5 pounds heavier than I benched last week. I want to run my mile 10 seconds faster than last week. That sort of thing. Not crazy stuff, but just focusing on those little victories and chipping away at the block that is me reaching my fitness goals, going from where I am now to where I want to be. And that's going to be the activity side of it. It's going to be a lot. I can already tell my Mondays are going to hurt. My Fridays are going to really hurt. But this is what needs to be done. Every week on Friday, I'm going to be giving y'all updates. That's why this is called Fit Friday. I'm going to update you guys on how last week went. I'm going to go over all the highs and the lows, the wins and the losses. I'm going to review my goals, and I'm going to set new ones. I'm also, over the course of the next few Fit Fridays, be going over my specific routine and why I'm choosing this routine. Bear in mind, I've said before, but I will say it pretty much every single Fit Friday video, I am not an expert in this field. I have experience, but not even that much compared to other people. This is just what I think will work for me. And next week, specifically, the main focus will be giving you guys the starting numbers. That will be the first week I will have done this whole routine for a solid week. And that will be where I can give you guys, hey, this is how much I'm working with on bench, on deadlift, on front squat, on yada yada, all these things. And so I can start giving those specific number-based goals. And with that is all I have for you. I wish this video could have been more dialed in. I wish this video could have had more in it. There was more I wanted to talk about, and definitely more editing in it that I wanted to do, to be candid. But if you look at my posts, my beloved cat Tiamat escaped the house. When someone let the dogs out, I guess they didn't notice that she had walked out with them, and she was missing for several hours. And it turns out that she was just under the couch in the sunroom, which is outside with like a sliding gate, mesh gate thingy. So, I mean, you're still outside, but in an enclosed space. She was just chilling under there, but it took several hours to find her, and it honestly really messed up the day. So this one's a little rushed, but the next one will be better. And then the one after that will be even better. And we're just going to keep improving. On and off YouTube, on and off camera, in public and in private, we are going to improve. I'm going to let you all get out of here. I hope all of you had a really fun and safe New Year's. Let's get after it, guys. Let's get our goals solidified and break it apart. What am I doing today? What am I doing tomorrow? What am I doing the day after? And then do it. Your mind will tell you, no, you don't need to go to the gym. You're sore. You're tired. You went yesterday. You went today. Come on, 3 days in a row. Ignore it. Fight it. Just go. And if you drive to the gym and you walk inside and you walk around and you do 1 rep of 1 exercise and call it quits there, I will still be proud of you. Just do something, because I'm going to be doing a lot, and I'll be damned if I'm the only one in this whole group that does something. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you very soon.